Oficjalnie wiemy już, że w sezonie 2025 będziemy mieli przynajmniej jednego Polaka w Formule 3. W związku z tym zapraszam Was na wywiad z tym kierowcą, Roman Biliński. Let's make a small introduction. You raced 2 seasons in FRECA already, but overall, for how long are you racing?
I've been racing probably around 6 years, but over a span of 10 years, because I did a year in karting, then I had a year off, went to Genettas, then Formula 4, and British F3, then FRECA. So, yeah, actually my experience in motorsport is actually quite low compared to most people, but the actual experience I've done has been very good, so I'm happy.
So it has to be hard to race with other guys who are racing from 5 years old, 7 years old, and you started 12, I believe?
Yes, 12. Yeah, definitely, because they have so much more experience. They know way more things than I do. And not many people know about this. So, yeah, of course it's difficult, but no, I'm very excited. And I think next year is a huge opportunity for me. I think we can be very competitive, and I honestly believe that. This year I won a championship, which was very good. So I think now I'm starting to go on an upward trend. And so I'm very excited for next year.
So it's kind of natural talent.
I would like to think so, but also a lot of hard work. Because what's not shown in motorsport is really how good someone is or can be. I think there's a lot of other factors that play into it. Team is a big thing, as we know, and I think lots of people look at it as F1. It depends what team you're in, but they don't know so much about Formula 2, Formula 3, FRECA, Formula 4. They don't think, because it's all the same car, they don't know how much of a difference there is, but there's a massive difference. But no, I'm extremely excited, like I said, to be joining Roden. We're working very, very hard, and I think we can be very competitive.
Fine, good stuff. So before we jump into a free season, what's your favorite food?
Oh, random question. Well, I've lived in Italy for the last 2 years.
All right.
So I'm very good with the Italian food, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Honestly, I have to be completely honest. I've been starting to try more and more Polish food, which when I first tried, I was very, very young, because I used to be in Poland a lot when I was a baby until maybe 6 years old. So I couldn't really remember from back then. But I love pierogi.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big love for me, but only when my father cooks it, because he cooks it very, very well. Or when I'm in Poland, because I tried here to cook it myself, and I'm not very good. So this, or the Italian food, I can't complain.
Okay, so next random question: favorite music?
Oh gosh.
You listen to music?
I love music, but favorite song or...
Favorite song, artist, kind?
I'm gonna be probably a bit of a surprise, but I love the song My Way from Frank Sinatra.
All right.
So, old song. I'm not so into the new stuff. I like more the older stuff.
So next question is more automotive. Favorite brand of cars? Or maybe one car, one model.
Oh gosh, that's a tough question.
If you can buy one car today, what it would be?
Oh, you can't ask me this. And the budget is unlimited.
Yes.
can can I say a really expensive car so I can sell it and then buy lots of other cars?
All right. So which car? Which expensive car?
I believe it's the Ferrari 250 GTO.
All right.
That costs something crazy, some crazy amount of money. But then, you know, like the new GT3 RS, it looks incredible. The Ferrari SF90 XX, like crazy car. So, to be honest, I can't put it on one car, but also an Aston Martin DB5, a classic. So.
But in general, you are a car guy. You love to drive different cars, have a lot of cars. Is it in your dreams?
It's in my dream. It's definitely in my dream, but I think I'm gonna have to wait a few years to be able to buy some very nice cars.
All right. Going closer to racing. Favorite F1 driver from the grid?
Current grid?
Yes.
Hamilton.
All right. And overall?
I've said before it's between Hamilton and Kubica.
All right. One of them is your idol, or both of them?
Both of them. Because I think they both really show how you can never give up. And I think especially this year, I've had a very difficult year with breaking my back. I looked up more and more to Robert, and it's a massive inspiration to me.
All right, we'll come back to this medical stuff, but I want to now jump into your competition. You were racing with guys who raced in F3 and F2 last year, like Kimi Antonelli or Tim Tramnitz. How can you compare your skills to drivers who are a step further than you?
It's difficult because unless they're your teammate, it's very difficult to compare because you have the same car when you're a teammate. But you know, there were rounds where we were more competitive than them in FRECA, qualifying in front of them. So it's very difficult, but I mean, you know, they're both great drivers, but I also really believe in myself, and I really believe if I can get given a good opportunity in a top team, that I can really show what I can do. Because I think that's one thing I haven't been able to show for the last couple years, and I'd be really excited to show that next year with Rodin.
So you have thoughts like, yeah, I can beat them.
I think as a racing driver, you have to, you know. I wouldn't be in this sport if I didn't think if I had the potential. And I know it can come over as arrogant, but I really believe in myself, and I believe with the right backing, I can really get to Formula One.
So let's go to the last two seasons. Do you think FRECA is a good preparation for a progression of the drivers? We see that guys are starting to skipping FRECA in road to F3, for example. And I'm just wondering, isn't this a series where you only learn about aerodynamics and driving a fast car, but you can't really learn how to fight in these cars? You can't learn racecraft.
Yeah, that's partly true. It's very difficult to overtake in these cars. Also, I think there's, you know, I think FRECA's a difficult championship. Very, very difficult championship for reasons that I wouldn't be allowed to explain on here. But it is a difficult championship. It's a good championship. But you know, you need to have the right backing when going into it if you want to perform very well.
So it's, again, money talk.
Money talk. Yeah, there's lots of things, you know, but like I said, it is a very good championship for learning. You learn all the tracks. You're in a car that's better than the F4, but just down from the F3. So of course it's a good step up, but some people are doing other things or going straight into F3, like you said. So yeah.
But you did 2 seasons, almost 2 seasons in FRECA, so you have to feel really comfortable before switching into F3.
Definitely, definitely. And I think this year, you know, like I said before, I didn't do the whole year, but it gave me a lot of confidence. I started the start of the year with a championship, which was a really good season. Then before I went had my accident, I was second in the championship in FRECA. And then when I came back, I was in the points in every race part from one or something. So no, I feel very confident. I feel comfortable to move up. I feel like it's time and I'm ready. And so yeah,
And how was it during post-season tests in F3?
very good. I mean, of course, post-season testing is difficult to look at, but um, honestly, I was very happy. The team were happy. I think I learned loads. The car is incredible, very, very fast. So, no, lots to learn, and still there's a lot more to build up on. And yeah,
I saw on your Instagram you were on Silverstone yesterday, I believe. Now you are sitting in your home sim, so I believe you are testing right now in your home, but also on Silverstone.
yes, also in Silver. I'm going to be at Silverstone again next week. So, lots of testing.
All right. And what surprised you the most after jumping into a free car?
I tell you, of course, you have everyone says the speed, the downforce, and these things, but the biggest thing I've had to learn is the tire. The tire is so different. You know, you in FRECA you can do lots of laps in qualifying and you can still improve, whereas here you've got one lap and that's it. You know, and then the next lap you're half a second slower because the tire's decked. So learning this tire, learning how to manage it in the race run, to take care of it but still go fast, is a big challenge. And I'm learning more and more every time I drive it. So it's very important. And it's the biggest thing I would say.
And how it looked like to learn this kind of thing?
You know, of course, the driving on track, but you've got all the data that you have to look at to understand, you know, if I did that on track, what does that mean, you know? And you need to see it on the lines, to see on the data, what does that actually do to the tire? How does it affect it? What could I do better? So you've got the driving, you've got then the video analysis, the data, and, you know, now today I'm on my laptop as well, writing down notes about this tire to learn, to remember, to improve. So yeah.
So for sure you have very specific program during this post-season F3 test. I asking because people love to comment on the results. So maybe you can get us through these results and tell us about just how was it?
I was very happy, let's say. I mean, I don't know. I was very happy. The team were very happy. We got through all our test program that we needed to. Looking at the data and the video analysis, we were also very competitive. Like I said, you can't really look at timings, you know, even if you're P1, you can't look at the timing and say I'm P1 because teams can put more weight in the car to sandbag to slow them down. Some teams will have no weight in the car. So it's very difficult to look at. But from what we know in ourselves, it was a very strong post-season test.
But of course, you were testing old generation of F3 car. New car is coming in next year, so I believe you know more about it than we are. So can you tell what you expect from this car? What do you expect with the team?
Yeah, so we're expecting the car to be a little bit heavier. I believe the racing should be improved, which will be nice with aerodynamics. The tire's gonna be a big thing that everyone has to learn, and we don't know much about it. We just know they're going to the 18-inch. So that will be a big challenge for the teams. And then, the team and I, when we get the car in December, the first car, you're not allowed to drive it until the pre-season test. So you have one test before you race it in Australia. And, here you just have to learn as much as possible. It's going to be a big technical fight between all the teams to learn the most about the car the fastest.
It must be super exciting, but at the same time, it must be super difficult.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So excited. But of course, very difficult, because I have to make sure everything I say is 100% correct. Because with a new car, if I say something that's wrong and the team think, okay, we'll go with that, they don't know any better because it's a brand new car. So the drivers have to be 100% perfect. So does the team, we all have to work together very well.
This year we saw in F2 how chaotic may be changing of generations of car, and it is very possible that every team in F3 will have chances to fight for really big points, even wins or podiums. So are you ready for winning next year or standing on podium?
I'm always ready. But I have to work as well. It won't just happen. I am working so hard. And I hope it will come possible because I really want to be in Formula One, and I don't want to just be in Formula One. I want to be a champion there. And that all happens from now and next year. Next year is my final opportunity to prove to everyone that I can get there, as it will be the last year I have any, financial support. And so if I don't perform next year, I don't have the support for the year after. So, it's a lot of pressure, but I'm ready for it.
So next year is secured, yes?
Next year's secured. The year after, I'm going to need to find some sponsorship.
All right.
So, yeah.
Maybe it's a tough question, but if you are ready for winning in next season, so you are prepared to sing Polish anthem during ceremony?
Of course, of course, I'm prepared. I'm learning Polish now more and more. I'm quite shy to speak it. I speak a bit with my father now when I see him and on the phone, but I'm quite shy to speak in person. It's also I've lived in Italy for 2.5 years now, and speaking Italian, I'm okay when I spoke it to my girlfriend, but I'm too scared to speak it to people. So I need to get better, and we'll see.
So can we make a kind of deal if we met or we call next year after any of F3 rounds? Can we make part of interview in Polish?
We will do it, I promise.
All right, so I will remember that. Let's go back to the events from this year. You've got a road accident, and I hope all is well right now.
Thank you. Yes.
And can you get us through your reconvalescence? Because it must be really, really hard to get to the position where you are right now.
Yeah, it was very difficult. So what happened, I broke 2 vertebrae in my back and I completely lost all feeling movement of my left leg. So I had to learn to walk again. And for 1 month, even with learning to walk, I couldn't feel my left leg at all. You could hit it, you could put a knife through it, I would not feel anything, which was quite scary. And then to think a month after this, I was driving in Imola was crazy. But, every day I had really good support. I had people around me for my rehabilitation to help with my back, with my leg, to, help me build the strength. And not just the physical strength, but also the mental strength, because I was, not that I've said, I was signed for next year for a team, and after my accident, I lost that contract. And so that was a difficult thing mentally to go through. And to go through that, then also to get back in the car, you know, was just a very big challenge. So I can't thank everyone enough that helped me. You know, my parents were extremely helpful, the hospital, the people that came here, my trainers, my team, they helped me so much. So it was a big, big challenge.
It sounds like a bit of a miracle. So,
Yeah.
very good job for you and for your whole family. But it also has input on your racing license.
Yes, exactly. So because I had to race in Imola, and I had to race in Imola to prove to the Formula 3 teams I was able to drive. Because if I couldn't drive in Imola, I wasn't able to sign the contract for next year. So I had to, it was a big challenge. Now, I needed to get a medical license, which I couldn't get in Poland because I wasn't allowed to fly, because of my back, my leg, and everything. I was at too much risk. So we had to get the medical done in England, and Poland doesn't allow English medical, if I get that right, for their license. So I had to quickly get a British license within a few days, which was stressful, and then I got the clearance to fly, and then I was allowed to go to Imola and race. But for next year, I'll be back on the Polish license.
It's really extreme story, but I'm really impressed about all of that. So very, very good job. Congratulations on that.
Thank
and
you.
we of course keep fingers crossed for next year. I mam nadzieję, że będziemy rozmawiać po polsku przy następnych spotkaniach.
Next year, we're gonna speak, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Roman.
Thank you very, very much. All right.